Have you ever looked up at the silver glow of the moon on a quiet night and wondered if someone was looking back? For 50 long years, the idea of humans living on other worlds was a secret kept within the frames of science fiction movies. We watched sprawling cities under glass domes on Mars and high-tech space stations orbiting distant moons, always telling ourselves that those were dreams for a future we would never see. But the wait is finally over. The silence of the lunar plains is about to be broken by the roar of human ambition. NASA is going back, and this time we aren't just leaving footprints and flags in the dust. This time we are building a home. Are you ready for the greatest journey in the history of our species?
Hello and welcome. If you're new here, welcome to Amazing 5.
To truly understand where we are going, we have to look back at the giants whose shoulders we stand upon. Between 1968 and 1972, the world stood still in a way it never has since. The Apollo missions achieved what many thought was a miracle of the impossible. 12 brave men walked on the lunar surface, jumping through low gravity and collecting rocks that held the ancient secrets of how our entire solar system was born. But when the last mission, Apollo 17, blasted off in 1972, the commander looked out at the desolate, beautiful landscape and left a promise that we would return. For 5 decades, that promise hung in the air like a fading echo. We sent robots to take pictures, we built the International Space Station to live just above our own clouds, but no human heart beat on the surface of the moon for half a century. Now, a new name is echoing through the stars. Artemis. In the ancient stories of the Greeks, Artemis was the twin sister of Apollo and the goddess of the moon. It is a perfect name for a mission that marks our return to the light. But why now? Why travel 250,000 miles to a dry, gray rock that seems to offer nothing but silence? The answer is hidden in the shadows where the sun never reaches. The moon is a treasure chest filled with gold, platinum, and rare metals that are becoming harder to find on Earth. However, the most valuable thing on the moon isn't gold. It is something much more precious for an explorer. It is water. Deep inside the Shackleton crater at the lunar South Pole, there are places that have been frozen in total darkness for billions of years. In that permanent chill, scientists believe there are billions of tons of ice. This ice is the blue gold of the new space age. If we can harvest it, we can melt it for drinking water and breathe the oxygen it contains. Even more importantly, we can split that water into hydrogen and oxygen to create the most powerful liquid rocket fuel known to man. This simple discovery turns the moon into a cosmic gas station. Instead of trying to carry every drop of fuel from the heavy pull of Earth's gravity, we can refuel on the moon and fly toward the red sands of Mars. The moon is no longer just a destination, it has become our gateway to the rest of the universe. To reach this goal, we have built new beasts of iron and fire that make our old technology look like toys. The heart of this journey is the Space Launch System, or the SLS. It is a rocket as tall as a 32-story building, a massive tower that shakes the very ground when it breathes fire, possessing enough power to lift a skyscraper into the clouds. Sitting on top of this giant is the Orion spacecraft. Orion is the chariot of the modern age, designed to protect our astronauts from the deadly radiation of deep space and keep them safe for weeks at a time. But Orion won't land on the moon directly. Instead, it will connect with the Lunar Gateway, a small modern space station that will orbit the moon like a lighthouse in the dark. From there, astronauts will board a landing system to descend to the surface below. NASA has written this story in 3 acts. The first act, Artemis 1, was the ghost flight. It was an unmanned mission designed to test our machines to the breaking point, about proving that they could survive the trip and return to Earth in one piece. The second act will be the emotional turning point. For the first time in over 50 years, 4 human beings will sit inside the Orion capsule, leave Earth's orbit, and see the craters of the moon with their own eyes. They won't land yet, but their presence will prove that the path is open once again. The final act, the climax of this incredible adventure, will carry the first woman and the next man to the lunar South Pole. They will step out into a region that humans have never touched, a world of permanent shadows and hidden ice. By the year 2028, the vision is to have a permanent base where humans can live and work. Imagine standing in a small room, looking out a thick window to see an Earthrise, our beautiful blue planet hanging fragile and bright in the endless black void of space. This base will be our ultimate training ground. It is where we will learn how to survive on a world that isn't our own, preparing us for the much longer trek to Mars. We are incredibly lucky to be alive in this moment. We are the generation that will watch the science fiction of our childhood become the history of our children. We are moving from being a species of one planet to a species of many. The Artemis Program is a reminder that the human spirit refuses to stay grounded. We are explorers, dreamers, and builders. The moon is calling us back, and this time we are going there to stay. We are going together, and we are going for the future of all humanity.